Hey, you, right there, come here. This is my secret Notion template. You didn't know about this one. And it might be one of my favorite ones, as a lot of people like to use Notion for knowledge management and even CRMs. I've made some pretty solid CRMs in my day in Notion. And this video is going to show you how to add that to any setup, but not only any setup, specifically the Notion app system, which you can get right now if you go to bryceproductive.com/Notion templates. And with it, you'll get a copy of my course, Mastering Notion. You can also get that on Skillshare. So make sure to check out the links down below and let's get started. Jumping right in, I'm going to make a new view here. As you can see, we made a context database at the start of this whole setup. Make a new view here. Call this contacts. We love a good silhouette. Let's do that. And then we're going to just copy the sync here. Make sure we clarify that it's desktop. And then, my apologies, make it full width. Did not mean to paste this in here. So do /column2 and nestle this in here. Now, what we're going to have is, first and foremost, let's copy this link. We're gonna make another /col2 to do a sub header situation or navigation bar situation, just like we did with the second brand. So you can watch this entire course on how to build a Notion app system on YouTube if you haven't seen any of this yet. All right, so now what we're gonna do is make another callout block. We're gonna make it blue. We're gonna do I, and we're gonna copy the link to this page and mention it. Now let's nestle this a little farther. Okay, so then what we're going to do, let's do /page. And we're gonna make some different pages here. So interactions is gonna be one, icon is gonna be calendar. And I'm gonna do a /column2, make it full width, snag this, nestle it, and then do another col2 within it. And then change the sizing to about EA big, so that's similar to the other page. All right, so now what we can do, we can duplicate this page, change the name. Let's do relationships, a little smile on that face. Do it again. Let's do opportunities. And then a little cash sign. Then do it again. Another duplicate and go clients, check mark. Okay, now we're gonna snag all of these one by one, paste a link to page for all of these items, and then link to page, link to page, link to page. Okay, copy this, paste it out, drag these one by one into here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the 6 dots, do a cut, and go into each of these pages in that little nestled spot and make the view for a little sub navigation. And then boom, you have a sub navigation within your contacts. That was quick and easy, huh? And then you can nestle these right in here as well. It should look pretty much the same. Maybe I got the sizing off a little bit. Oh, that's disappointing. So then just like adjust it to your liking. You could obviously always put this on the top. It's totally an option with like multiple callouts as like a sub navigation. So it's an option too. Just a way to think about how you want to work in the system. Okay, so now let's get into actually what the CRM is. So first of all, this is going to be like a contacts, like all contacts section. So what we can do here is I'm going to open this up and let's get working on properties. So first of all, obviously we have the different contact types as was showcased on the left here. So let's do contact type. Let's do relationship, do opportunities, and then clients. And then we're going to actually make a stage setup for like a CRM. So let's do another select property that's called stage. Add options. We can do lead, qualified, proposed, negotiation, closed, and lost. Now, in the opposite order of what I said, so that was silly of me, but anyways, lead, qualified, well, in the same order of what I said, but it makes it backwards because let's go Notion. Okay, this is the order it would go in. All right, and then from there, we can add a select property for status. So like, is it an active or is it an inactive contact? Like, is it essentially, is it someone you no longer deal with but still want to store the data? Okay, so we've made those. And then we can add a couple different basic properties here, like email, totally makes sense. Phone number, totally makes sense. URL for like a website, a text property for organization, and then a couple relations properties you're gonna like. All right, so we're gonna get a couple things done in this one that are pretty nice. So we do relation to, see here, let's pick this guy, the context, the tasks, DB, NAS. Pro tip, right click on something like this, press Control Shift R, or press rename, and that will allow you to easily copy the name of it. So if we go to rename, copy the text, then in the relation that we're making, it's pretty easy to add that in there. All right, so now paste this name in here. Okay, then we can just change this to tasks and contacts. Okay, we do another relation for, you guessed it, projects. Projects, show as contacts. And then another one, you guessed it, for meetings and notes. Copy this, paste this in here. It should give you this. All right, and meetings and notes and contacts. Awesome. Now, what I do like to do, as always, is take this and show it as minimal. So it just cleans up this organization over here. Then a couple other properties to do is we can do created time. So it could show like added, maybe a cover image. So like a files property so that it's showing their person. And then something that I do think is a fun one would be actually adding like a date property for birth date. Okay. And then we can make an age property. We go formula, age. Follow me on this one. We're going to do date between, and then we're going to pick now, and then the property birth date, and then the date between item that we're going to showcase how much it has been is years. So then when we do this, say I put my own birthday, Feb 21, 1998. I'm 24. This is accurate. So let's put me in here as an example. Rise productive. Not gonna put my name. Or not gonna put my, what's it called, number. We do HTTP. I'm surprised at myself that I typed the HTTPS so fast. Okay. So then let's put this as a, oh, I've closed myself for sure. I'm a client. Heck yeah, we can get rid of this tags property. And then if we wanted to add some other CRM based things, we can add a number property. That would be like a monthly value, and then formula for that would be yearly value. So first let's edit this monthly value to be whatever your currency is. So let's say $1,000 a month. Okay, edit this to be monthly and multiply it by 12, so it's yearly. Edit this to then be your currency again. And then boom, I'm worth 12 grand a year, let's go. I'm gonna add a cover image for myself really quick because I love looking at myself on camera. Really fun. God, look how stoic I am. Could say that with a straight face. All right, and then I'm gonna put an example fun number. Okay, now the last cool property here we're gonna do is a roll-up. So the roll-up's gonna be for the meetings and notes, and it's gonna take last interaction roll-up. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna take the date of the meetings and notes, then show original, all right, latest date. And what this does is essentially finds like the most recent date of the instance of the roll-up. So if I had a meeting note, you can see the most recent one was 7 hours ago. So that's pretty cool. Now, if we want to make this look good, we're gonna have to use a formula to make it look good. So we're gonna call this last interaction, as I named the other one roll up. Then what we can take is this concept. So we can do format date, okay? The property is gonna be the last interaction roll up, and then month, space day, space year. So this is literally just the format of what it's gonna spit out as. Oh, my bad, parentheses all over the place. So yeah, I'm just putting like in this quotes what I want. Like I could put a comma here and would put a comma there, which would make sense. Wait, let's do that. Just like this. If I wanted to, I can put like the hour here, but I won't. So just keep it like this. All right, cool. So now it's gonna show January 20th, 2023. And then I'm gonna hide some of this stuff. Let's hide the cover image. I think everything else is pretty okay. Maybe hide the added. Sure, I'll take it. So it looks pretty good to me. All right, cool. So last thing I will say is you can add this to more things. Like you can add this to your second brain if you want. We definitely have that as an option, right? We can add this to second brain, rename, totally up to you. I personally think that's something that you should consider. Sometimes you're gonna have ideas that connect to your contacts. And then once again, showing it as minimal is just a nice little aesthetic change. Okay, so cool. Now we got this made. One thing I will point out is that it's really nice to have a template that's good. So I would go here and pick whatever your favorite silhouette sort of looking thing is. And then what we can do is we can like take this concept and rather than looking at it like this, bring it in here, right? So we got all these databases here. We have all these different views. Okay, so we got like my tasks, for example. All right, let's copy this link to view as well as actually let's copy the section over here. So let's just do this really quick. Copy this, go into the template. I like to leave stuff untitled because of the whole dumb way it's set up in Notion, not to be rude, but. So then what we can do is do a /call2 on the right one, paste this in, nestle this guy in here, go to any other page, copy the sync block, right? Go in here, cool. So then we got my task. What we can do is we can filter this to and contact contains, and then it picks the untitled one, which is really the template, right? And then we could divide this into more columns, do /call2. Or like, all right, those are some tasks. Let's delete some of the extra views here. We can do tasks and projects, filter this to an advanced filter, and contains contacts, right? Very pretty. And then we can go here, take the meeting notes, So group this here, paste this guy here, and let's go to this meeting notes page. Okay. So like all my notes, copy link, paste this in here, and then set the filter to and contact contains the template, which will always be the first one when you're filtering it inside here. And then obviously you can do the same thing for the second brand as well for like an inbox perspective. So that's sort of like the whole way that this is set up. So you can like, then lastly, what I would recommend you do is go to set example contacts, right? So we go here to the template, we can copy the link to this, and then you can either do this and like paste it at the top. It's like a nice little header that gets you back to that page. We can do that as a mention block, usually is great. Then you can make it like an H2 or something. You can even nestle it on the top left here if you want, you know, just like have it so that it just makes it easier to get back to the actual like contacts page that you're working in. Or you can use that that whole like header situation. Like you can go into one of these, and if you don't like the setup I have, like totally, like I said earlier, you can you know, separate this into multiple different spots. And I will show an example really quick of what I meant by that. Is you can just take this, for example, and do a /col and then 5. Right? And you can take the @contacts desktop page, or link it rather, I guess. It wouldn't look great as a mention. So link this page and then move these like this, and then slot in a divider under all of them so that it looks good. We get this under here, /div, and then boom, you can like kind of navigate back to the page or to the different categories. So this is an option. You can make this a sync block too if you want to like have it better for organizational purposes. But now, for example, we can go here, and then I can use my own template on myself. That's a weird thing to say. We go in here and we have all of the tasks, projects, and stuff related to, as you can see, Dimitri Panici. So very nice way to navigate within the system, truthfully. Very, very good way to do it. And then from there, obviously, like we're gonna just make some basic views, right? So we got the table view right here that we're gonna make. It's just going to be, let's just whittle down the properties. It's got the name, sure. It's sorted by name. And then I'm just going to have the contact type. The last interaction I kind of like to see, like when's the last time I messed around with them? When is the contact type, email and phone number? And then even the status doesn't hurt to have, I guess, as well. Okay. And then you could just take this exact same thing and turn it into a gallery view and go here to gallery, pick it as, change some things. So make it small, probably. Change to cover image, show like a couple less properties. So we got email, and then like probably type and status, and maybe last interaction. Like just whatever your thoughts are on like what you want to see, right? And then you just take this setup, right? And you can have active views, or it's filtered to, for example, the active contacts, right? So status is active, or the other way around, like archived or inactive contacts. So if we do the inverse, like the gallery view, inactive contacts, status is inactive. Okay. And then this would just be like an all contacts little gallery view, and then all contacts table, right? And then what you're literally going to do is take this for the relationships one, slap this right in here, and then add a filter. So let's change this to an advanced filter, put an and take the type and just assign it to the name. So is relationships, and contact type is relationship, and then just keep doing that. And contact type relationship, and then last thing, contact type is relationship. Now I'm actually going to make one adjustment here. I'm going to make a John Doe example and make it so that he is an opportunity. So what we are going to do is take this relationship one and duplicate it out. But what we're going to do is we're going to paste this in here. And due to the fact that opportunity is sort of a CRM, we're going to have it basically go by stage, right? So we're going to have active contacts, inactive contacts, all that kind of stuff. But what you can do is instead, you can just group it by stage, okay? So it's gonna be in this order, right? And you can do it by table view, or in this case, I'm gonna change this to a board view. So I'm gonna just dupe this, go board. I mean, even call it pipeline if you wanna like have it be like more of a Kanban pipeline, just so you can remember it. Have it, card preview can be the cover image again. Group can be by stage, and then subgroup. Let's make sure we get rid of subgroup. We just get the order right for group. All right, so we do the same thing. Lead, qualified, proposed, negotiation, close, lost. Okay. All right, so let's make sure John Doe is set up right. So we'd have to go here, just change the filters to opportunities. Now, John Doe did not have anything assigned to him, so he was closed. Yeah, no, okay. Move him into proposed. So this is like sort of a nice pipeline then, right? So we can change the board view to whatever size we want. It'll be small is fine. And then change these filters to being, instead of relationship, opportunity. And then the exact same thing for the rest of these, just like refilter, right? And then that exact same concept would come through for the client one, which we could do next. So we can go to the relationship page, copy this guy, go to the client one. Then if we want to change the metadata, we could show like the monthly value, that sort of stuff to make it easier on ourselves. But yeah, we would just literally go through and change these filters to being contact type is client. And then last but not least, what we would do is make an interactions view. So we can see like when recently we've interacted with these people. So that would actually be from the relation that it brought through. So the meeting calendar and notes, just snag this really over here, right? Meetings and notes. Okay, then go back to the template. Okay, go to the interactions page, paste this guy in here, then filter it to contact advanced is not empty, so that it requires that there to be a contact connected to it so you can see it. Contact is not empty. So then all of these is like, you can see this is associated to that. And all you gotta do is just add a contact view here to see like, oh, it's Damn Tree Pasta Sauce, which is my name. All right, so now this is pretty much it. We can add a quick addition here to this and assign a number to it. So like 6 or something, change this. And then one last thing I will say is that you can take one of these views, right? And go into things like your project template, just like we did before. You know, this is a task section. We can add contacts and meeting notes. So I know we had a nice template for this in contact, so we can snag some of the basics here, but we also could just snag this. So like tasks, okay, cool. Snag this guy, maybe do a little column 2, just this a bit layout wise. Duplicate this one for the meetings and notes, compose, okay. One for contacts, okay. Do a little silhouette action. And then all you gotta do is change the filter, right? So it's active, sure, but also it's related to the project for the template. So it'd be and project contains new project, it's the template. And then go through and do the exact same filter for all of these. And that's right, as you thought, we can do the exact same thing for the meeting notes one, right? So in that template, we did a good job of this for the contact template. Let's go here, I'm gonna snag the way it looks. Snag this, paste this in here, and change the filter. So change this to a little more adjusted over here, and then filter it to and project contains this project. And then boom, you have a really nice view for a project that showcases all this, and we can move these over to minimal, and that would make our life a lot better as well. So you can see how this all kind of interconnects very easily. We use these core databases to make things just work better. Just like this video will really teach you how to work better right now.